Okay folks, I'm going to tie another Irish shrimp style pattern. The hook I have on the vise is a size 10 Partridge Patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 801 red. Now this fly is called the Purgatory Shrimp. So I'm just going to come in and get the thread started behind the eye of the hook. Just knock on a few turns, remove the waist tag of thread. The tag on the fly is going to be an oval silver tinsel in small. So this is just a length I had from the last fly. So I'm just going to come up a couple of turns, catching it in underneath, bring the oval silver tinsel underneath the hook, and then I'm just going to run my thread down, tying it in. I'm just going to bring my thread down until I'm slightly past the point of the hook. Then I'm just going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel to create the tag. On my 5th turn, just bring it up, and in between the 2 hooks, just come around with a turn to hold, and a couple of turns to secure, and then I can come in and trim the excess away. The tail on the fly is going to be a natural red golden pheasant breast feather. So I'm just going to come in and take away all the rubbish at the bottom of the feather. Come in and locate the tip, stroke the fibres back to find your tip. Then I'm just going to offer this up to the hook. A couple of turns, catching in the tip, fold the tip back, a couple of turns back over, securing in the tip and the haggle. Okay. Keep a hold of your tip and just come in and trim it away. Then we're just going to fold back the fibres on the feather. Then we're just going to take one turn in front of the other. Now, don't worry if like I say in all the videos, don't worry if the fibres have wrapped round or they're not sitting right. We can brush those out. Just bring your thread back into position. Never let go of the stem, keeping hold of the stem all the time. Come round with 1 turn to hold and a couple of turns to secure. Now you want to try and keep the body as level as possible at the back here, nice and tight with the thread turns. Keeping your thread tight, break away the stem. There's one wee fibre there got caught, so just come in and take that away. And then we'll come in with our toothbrush and just brush out any of the fibres that we may have caught. Now the body is going to be the oval silver tinsel. This is the Vineyard French tinsel in 15. This is just the heavier stuff. So this is going to be the whole body. I'm just going to take a good length off here. Trim that off the spoon. Then I'm going to tie this in underneath on the way down. Couple of turns, catching it in underneath, bring the tinsel underneath the hook, and then just run your thread down nice and tight, catching in your tinsel, bring the thread right down up against the golden pheasant, against the tail, and then just bring your thread back up. Just want to try and keep that rear body as level as you can, and then just come round with your oval silver tinsel, 1 turn touching the other, the whole way up the length of the body, nice and tight, up to there, keeping a hold of your tinsel, come across with your thread, nice tight turns now, because this is the thicker oval silver tinsel. Then just come in and trim away the excess. Mid haggle, orange cock haggle. So just going to get a haggle off here, one there. So just come in, hold your tip, stroke back the fibres to reveal your tip. After the haggle up to the hook, 2 turns to hold, fold back the tip, a couple of turns back up over the tip and the haggle. Come in, locate your tip and break it away. I'm just going to come in with my scissors and just gently stroke up the stem of the haggle with your scissors. Now we'll get your fibres to fold back for you. then you're just looking one turn in front of the other. Now the turns of haggle are entirely up to you. It's the way you like to dress your flags. I'm going to put 3 on. It's the third one there. Just bring the haggle up to there, keeping a hold of the stem. Fly it across with your thread. Just get nice tight turns in here, right into the stem. I'm taking these thread turns now. The stem's thin enough that if I keep the thread tight, I can break the stem of the haggle away. Now I'm going to run my thread up to here. And I'm going to come in with a length of oval silver tinsel and small. What's that there? That's that spool done. Throw it out. Now, I'm going to offer this underneath again. A couple of turns to catch it in. Bring it underneath the hook shank. And then just bring your thread down tight up against your mid haggle. Now the front body's dubbed, and that's going to be a hot orange seal's fur that I'm going to use. So just take a pinch out, sit there, and just offer it up to the hook. I just like to dub it on small pinches at a time. Just going to put on another wee pinch just at the bottom. Then we can slide it up, right tight up against the mid haggle. Then just work your dubbing up the second part of the body. Anything that wants to go forward, any wee fibres, just come in, stroke it back, get a few turns in front. Doesn't want to stay back that wee one, so we'll just come in again. Or a couple of turns, that's okay. Now just come around with your oval silver tinsel, and you're doing 3 turns on the body. So there, bring up your oval silver tinsel, fly it across with your thread, and just come in with nice tight turns, securing in your tinsel. And then you can trim away the excess of the oval silver tinsel. Now you can put your jungle cock on at this stage if you wish. You can put it on. Just going to come in with a brush. Just brush everything back. But I'm going to put my haggle on first. And the haggle's going to be this nice bright yellow. So I'm just going to come in and select the haggle from the cape. From there. Same as the middle haggle. Just come in, hold it by the tip. And just stroke back the fibres to reveal your tip. Offer this up to the hook, round with a couple of turns, catch in the tip, fold the tip back, bring your thread turns back up over the tip and the haggle. Then you can come in and just locate the tip, you can break it away. Just going to come in with my scissors again, just stroke back the barbs on the haggle, and just one turn in front of the other. Much like the mid haggle, it's entirely up to you the amount of turns you want to put on. I'm going to put 3 on. Most of the time it's dictated by the actual quality of the feather. So just hold your haggle stem there, go round with your thread, and get a nice tight turn in. Tying this in there. Just going to check the stem. It's a bit thick, so I'm just going to trim it away rather than fold it back. Just come in, trim it away. Anything that wants to go forward, just come in at this point, just fold it all back. Wee fibre there, just get it all back. Up and down with your thread turns, just creating a base of foundation of thread for your jungle cock. So 2 jungle cock eyes here. On my desk. So just let me get these lined up. That's in there. Just going to stroke back the fibres to get myself a tan in point. Offer this up to the hook. Both of them at the same time. Just fold them down each side. Just come around with a couple of loose turns to hold them. Then you can come in and see what way they're sitting. Just making sure that they're the same length. It's just a wee bit long. Just going to pull it in. Okay, happy enough with that. Just come in and hold your jungle cock. Tighten up on your thread turns. Nice and tight. Then you can come in and you can fold back the stems of the jungle cock. Bring your thread in front. And bring your thread up over the top of the stems of the jungle cock. Now, if you do this, it just means that the jungle cock have to break off. They can't pull out. Now, just want to keep my thread nice and tight, and I should be able to come in and break away the stems. Now, if you've tied your jungle cock in right, you should be able to do that. Keeping the thread tight. Somebody come in with my whip finishing tool now, and just throw in a whip finish. Nice and tight. Pull the thread up. Come in with my scissors. Trim away the thread. First coat, as always, super glue, just to seal the thread turns up. Now, you don't want this going into the haggle, so just take your time. Right the whole way right round. And then once that's dried, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish on the head just to seal everything up. So that's the Purgatory Shrimp, and that fly was first invented by a gentleman called Joe McDonald, who is an absolutely fantastic fly tyer. So look, give that fly a go. Good fly for spring salmon fishing. Tie a few up, size 10s, 12s, maybe even go 14s, maybe tie a few 14s up, and hopefully you can catch you a few fish.